Any questions you have? We're talking to people about Islam, right? It's about our responsibility to convey the message of the Creator to the creation, so we can connect. We don't want any money. We're not trying to make any. All this is profit free, but we want to connect people to their Creator. So, do you know much about Islam? Go ahead.
I know.
Okay. So what do you know about Islam?
What does Islam say about women? Right.
Sure. I mean, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the creator of men and women. So Allah gave men and women the rights for each one of them, right? So for example, if you look at the right to inherit, if you look at the right to own businesses, run businesses, to learn, all of that is in the Quran, right? But if you mean that, does Allah honor the woman with hijab? Then we say yes, in the Bible we see it as well. In the Quran we see it as well. Do you know about that?
Yeah.
Do you know about the Bible verses about the hijab?
No.
Okay. Oh, I'm glad you're here today then.
But I'm talking about women's rights in Quran.
Sure.
That I know that in Quran they say that the men can have 4 wives.
Sure.
Right?
Okay.
So is that right?
Yeah, it's in the Quran that you can have 2, 3, or 4 if you can deal justly. If not, it's best to have 1.
How do you can treat justice to?
So let me ask you an example, right? Like for example, in Iraq we had a war, right? Many of the men were killed, as you know, right? By the U.S. invasion and the death squad, the Shia death squads, and so on. So in that situation, you had many women that couldn't go out and get a job because there was no economy, right?
Okay.
How are they to support their children and so on? Would they become prostitutes? What should they do?
They can work.
They couldn't. I just told you, right? In a time of war, where there's no economy, right?
They just
starve.
They should get married.
There you go. So what? But there are few men and many women.
Why men, instead of getting married to them, just give money to them, not getting married?
But let's be realistic, right? How long are you going to be able to support an entire family until your own family starts saying, well, why are you spending on them when we got needs ourselves? Right? So in that situation, why not? In that situation, if there is
nowadays,
sure.
Women doesn't need men to I don't know how I can explain it. They can do things as men can do.
Anything?
Anything.
Really?
Yeah.
Like boxing?
What?
Can you put a woman with Mike Tyson in a boxing ring?
Yes. Yes.
And how will that woman do against Mike Tyson?
Yeah, they could do that. She doesn't need to fight against Mike Tyson.
But you just said that you could.
I mean, you said boxing, of course a woman can.
No, with a male boxer. You said just like a man can. Are there differences between men and women?
Can a man give birth?
They cannot.
Okay.
I agree.
Like
you just made my point.
Wait, no,
but that's my point, that men and women are different. That is.
Listen.
If it's my point, let me say what's my point.
You're saying, can you put a woman boxer, or can a woman box? Of course they can. But
they can or cannot?
Of course they can. Why not?
I'm sorry. Can a woman boxer fight Mike Tyson?
Why should she fight?
So that's the point that I'm making, that men and women are different. You said a woman can do anything a man can. I would say no. There are things. Let me finish.
Job.
Okay. Can I finish?
Job. Yes.
Okay. I will listen to you.
But that's not.
I'm going to listen to you. Go ahead.
I do respect you giving the point. I mean, I hear you.
Okay.
And I want to say I respect what you guys are doing here.
Thank you.
And my understanding is that you want to show an image of Islam that is not being portrayed in the West.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
And Islam that right now what we hear in the news, this is what my understanding is from what you're doing here.
Okay.
I may be wrong, but I'm understanding that in the news we always hear, these terrorists, or like Osama bin Laden is the Muslim,
Gotcha.
this guy, or Daesh or ISIS, and these guys, and you guys are trying to say, no, there's another image of Islam, and this is different than.
So let me clarify. Okay. Because you're asking what I'm doing, right? So I'm here not to counterbalance the media. That may happen, but I'm here to give the message of the Quran to people that don't know it. Okay? My job is not, I don't really care what people think about me, to be honest with you, right? People are going to have their prejudices. People are going to have their biases. I hope that by communicating, we can get over some of those, but that's their issue, right? My responsibility is to convey the message of the Creator to the creation. There's one truth, right, that Allah revealed to all the prophets, and the last of them being the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. So to convey that is what I'm here for. Okay? Now, I do agree with you that the image that we see of many Muslims in the media is wrong, because that's the media. The image of African Americans and Mexican Americans in America and other countries in America is going to be skewed because the media likes hype, right? But what I will not do is compromise the religion of Islam for acceptability, right? What Allah revealed in the Quran, He revealed. He's my creator.
I understand totally. I was asking
I'm glad.
Women rights, right? So you told me that it's because, okay, in a situation that the economy is fine.
Sure.
Or not, okay, in that point that you told me.
Sure.
Why women can't have 3 husbands?
Good question. Good question. So in that situation, if you have a husband who even during war is able to earn, is able to go out in that situation and earn, why would a woman need a second husband? Like, if you can give me an explanation of when that would be needed, I'm more than happy to listen to it.
No, I mean, why should men can have 4 wives?
Okay.
And they can have 40 wives with them temporarily, something like that?
No, nothing like that.
It's
Where did you
just
learn
4.
Islam? Somewhere wrong, first off, right?
No, but this is a good question she asked because, in Africa there are tribes where women have more than one husband.
I don't know of any of those. Can you name one?
I don't know the name of the tribe, but I can figure it. There are tribes in Africa.
What's the village?
I don't know the name, but we can figure it out.
Okay. Why did they have more than one husband?
Exactly. Because it's a society where the women are allowed to have more husbands than one.
So I've never.
And husbands are not. I'm telling you, I know for a fact that there are. I can look it up.
Okay. So let me ask you something.
I'm saying this is all a society. Like it's a societal thing.
Okay.
Like you would say, okay, Muslim men can do that because they have access. Have justice.
Let me respond if you like.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So first off, if you have, forget about like the Western society and DNA testing, let's say in Africa, a tribe, a woman that has 4 husbands, would you know who the father of the child is?
I was gonna get to this point.
Right. Good.
So they will have kids.
Okay.
And the entire tribe will take care of the kids because that kid can belong to anyone.
Gotcha.
So this can actually bring the people together because they are all related. But they all take care of the kids.
Let me ask you something. The bond between a parent and a child, is it the same as a bond between a neighbor and that child?
I don't know.
Come on, you do know. You know that you've studied psychology, I'm sure. Hold on.
If you don't know, if a man doesn't know if that child is his or that other, he's going to love both the same.
That's not true. You know it's not true. Let me ask you this. I'm a father. Let me tell you. I'm a father.
Okay.
I have children. Do you have children?
No.
No children?
God, no.
Then you. Thank God, really. Your parents had you, otherwise you wouldn't be here, right? So that's why the people that have kids is why society runs, right? If you had a child, then I could explain this better. But if not, I'm going to try to explain it from a parent perspective. I have a child. My neighbors have children. I love all children. I believe that they're all upon Islam before fitrah and all of that. But my feelings for my biological children are much more than my neighbor's children, even though you accept that. So when you have a father and a mother, their feelings for their children are not going to be the same as somebody else, even if they love all of them. I love all children. I want all of them to be safe, but I'd give my life for my kids. You understand? So when you have a woman with 10 husbands, you will not know who is the father. But if you have a husband with 4 wives, do you know who the mother is? Yes. Do you know who the father is?
How many wives
yes.
do you have?
I have 1 wife.
And your wife agreed with you
yes.
to have 3 more wives?
If there was a need for it. But I don't have a need for it. Yes. You seem surprised?
Honestly,
where are you from?
How can you make
Where are you from?
It doesn't
Iran.
matter.
You're from Iran.
It doesn't matter.
Tell the truth.
It doesn't matter.
I know you're from Iran.
It doesn't matter.
You know how I know you're from Iran?
We're not
Because of the
talking
mut'a that you've been taught, which is not in Islam.
We're not talking about where I'm from.
Okay.
I'm talking about human rights.
Okay, in America,
Women.
can a man have 4 girlfriends?
That's the thing. There should be one only.
They should be
But
one.
do they?
Men and women.
Do they?
I don't know.
You
Maybe
don't
they
know?
do.
You don't know if America people have more than one girlfriend? Come on.
They may or may
They
not.
may or may not? Do men in America have multiple girlfriends?
Okay.
I'm not with all women in America. They have.
Come on. Look, I'm open to an honest conversation. We're going to be honest.
What are we talking about? I honestly
Okay,
don't
let me
know.
tell you.
Actually,
Many girls.
have many boyfriends.
Okay.
That doesn't
Sure.
make any sense.
I agree with you that it's wrong, right?
Okay.
So let's go back to that. Would you want to have?
It's not
Would you?
wrong and right. It's kind of depends on them.
Okay.
And
So how
their,
do we?
their decision?
How do we know right from wrong?
Sorry,
How would we know right from wrong?
we don't know.
You don't know.
No.
We do.
How do you know?
From the Quran.
From the Quran.
The words of Allah.
Quran say that you can have 4 wives and make
Yes.
justice with all of them.
Some of
How
you can.
How can you make justice with 4 wives?
Let me tell you this.
Just give.
Sure, I will tell you.
Give them money.
Do you want me to answer?
I know your answer.
But if you know my answer, why do you ask? If you ask, let me answer. All right? Let me answer. You guys are keep skipping over my answer, right? You ask questions, okay? So, I know people, not me. I know people that have multiple wives, and their wives are happy in that situation, and they are just between them in their time, in their love, in their money, in their taking care of the kids. So what's wrong with that situation? The women are happy, and he's happy, and the children are happy.
So why women can't have
No problem. I will
for
answer you.
4 husbands?
I will tell you because in the Quran, Allah didn't allow it.
Okay,
That's the
because
thing.
That's the answer.
Just
Yes.
because of that?
Just because of that.
So then there is no justice.
There is justice. So this is why I asked you, how do you know what? Let me ask you. Who will define what justice is? You? Me? Or the Creator?
How do you know that it's from?
Excellent. Now we're asking the right questions. The Quran tells you things the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, could not have known, right?
Okay.
Honestly,
Do you agree?
No. You know what?
Okay,
'Cause
go ahead.
If you read,
ahead.
this is my understanding.
I'm with you. Go ahead.
I want to say, I know Islam as much as many other people.
You don't.
know. Because, where are you guys from?
I'm from Pakistan originally, Peshawar, Afghan. It's an ethnic.
So, obviously, I want to say what I think. I think Islam, like Christianity, like Judaism, like Hinduism, like any other religions, as long as they bring people together
Right.
and create peace
Okay.
and calm,
Okay.
they're all respected.
So
I
in
believe
the
they're all,
Bible,
but the reality is that they're not doing that. They're bringing. You just said that Allah in Quran says you the truth. That
course.
means that Bible doesn't tell you the truth.
So-
or the other.
I'm gonna let you
books
finish
don't let you
so I can listen to
So
you.
you guys are saying that this is the only book that is telling you the truth. But there have been billions of people living throughout the history, right? Throughout the history, who a portion of them were exposed to Islam, right? So what you are saying.
I'm just listening.
Okay, so I'm saying that I pretty much respect all religions. It may not even be religion. It was spiritual, whatever. As long as it can bring you guys together. But unfortunately, Islam, like many other religions, right now, that's not what they're doing.
Gotcha. Let me respond.
let me ask you-
I just listened to her. Can I respond to her first? You guys have to have this conversation where you speak, I speak, you speak, I speak. Okay. This is the Bible. Do you know about polygamy in the Bible? Multiple marriages in the Bible.
I have no problem with multiple marriages in Bible
Okay.
or in Quran. What
Okay.
I'm saying is that you believe.
You earlier said that wasn't just though to have more than one.
I'm saying that majority of people who are Muslim think that Quran only just what you said came to Prophet Muhammad
Sallallahu
through
alaihi
God.
wasallam.
Okay?
Yes, it's true.
I'm saying that I don't think that's the case because before Quran in Bible and before Bible in Jewish book, I forgot the name.
Torah.
Torah. They had similar stories.
But
so obviously, Quran was influenced by that. And
it was
the
not. Let me
history
explain
that-
how.
I've read
The Prophet
Quran throughout the entire thing.
Listen.
So I know what
you may have read the Quran, but you didn't understand it.
Oh,
okay?
you understood it?
Of
only?
course, I studied it. Alhamdulillah. Did you study it?
This is
See, no, you're not letting me answer a question, right? Okay, hold on. Time out.
This is the thing.
You studied the Quran?
Obviously I did.
Okay. Tell me, what does one Naziat
I'm
mean?
not going to give you
What does one Naziat mean?
I'm telling
No,
you.
I'm just going to ask you a simple
This
question.
is what causes problem when
Okay.
you think that your
Hold on.
understanding
Relax.
of Quran
Relax.
is the right thing
Let
and
me-
mine is wrong.
let me ask you
I'm
something.
not telling
Are
you
you a
your
Muslim?
understanding is wrong.
Are you a Muslim?
I'm,
Okay, you're not a
belong
Muslim.
to any
Okay.
religion.
If I say
Can I talk to her?
Just I have
You guys aren't letting me answer.
just one
If you don't let me answer, how can I listen to her the whole time? Let me answer her, then I'll get your question. No, let me answer her first, and then I'll answer yours. How can you ask me something and I haven't finished answing her? So when you said you studied the
I want to
Quran,
clarify. No,
let me speak. You guys aren't even letting me speak.
One second.
Look how I listen to you.
Listen, 1 second. I respect this conversation.
Thank you.
And I'm not arguing with you.
Me neither.
Okay? I just want to understand everybody.
What-
Listen, I'm not arguing with you. I'm just saying that
But the
I
problem
hear
is
your
you're not
voice.
listening to me.
I know.
You're not letting me speak.
I want
And you know you're not letting me
I
speak.
want you.
You said to her that you don't understand the Quran. You
I
don't
do.
understand
Let me tell you. Let me explain it.
You
Let me.
just tell me
That's
that.
true. That's true.
Okay.
And I'm gonna stand with what I'm saying, and I'll prove it. Give me a minute. Let me speak.
Okay.
Where did you study the Quran? Not just read it.
Why should I tell you?
Because we're having a conversation.
read it myself and understand it?
Listen. When you
I'll tell you.
can I speak?
I have a PhD.
See, again, you're not
so
letting
I
me
do
speak.
understand.
What is your PhD in? Let me answer her first, because if we get into three conversations, we can't have a
I just had a
conversation.
simple question.
Go ahead.
Are images permitted in Islam?
What do you mean by images?
As Quran dictates, the no images. Whether
So-
it's any reflections, any images.
So we should not hang up images for complete images. That is true.
So pictures, if I take a picture of you hanging in my home, is that permissible?
You should not. You can keep a picture, a digital copy, but you shouldn't put pictures
Is
up.
that in Quran?
Yes.
Digital copy?
No, because there were no digital copies in the time of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So let me answer. You asked a question, let me answer, right? But what is a surah? We talk about a surah. There is a difference between an image that you see, for example, in a mirror. In Arabic, that would not be considered a picture, right? So when we look at digital copies, because when you turn your phone off, the image is gone, we do not consider it the same as a printed picture.
It's not the same?
It's not
So
the same.
if-
Now, can I finish the conversation?
If I take the image as a digital copy, print it out, put it in my home, it is not permissible.
It is not.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
No problem. Okay. So,
Thank you. Sorry.
you like it? No problem. I got you. So, when you have an honest, open conversation, when you flex a PhD, we need to talk about when you said you studied the Quran, right? The issue is if you pick up and read a book, it's different than studying a book. For example, if I take medical books home and I read them, can I perform surgery? I cannot. Why? Why not?
Well, we both know the answer.
So let's say the answer.
It's just not. It doesn't.
Why?
No.
Go ahead.
It's not
Answer
the
the
same
question.
thing. It's not
Answer the
same
question
thing.
first.
Quran.
You won't answer the question.
No.
Answer the question, then I'll explain.
Listen to me.
I'm listening.
You said that Quran is from created.
Of course.
God created, right? So it's for us to learn us, to teach us how to live. So how
I'm listening.
understand something that is from creator. It's not about the what's he's saying about the another book.
Yeah, the medical.
Medical
surgery.
It does the same thing. It's not the same thing.
Should I respond?
Yeah,
If you don't mind?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
So,
I want to hear.
the first thing is the Quran is a higher level book than medical text. This is the words of Allah. And the Quran, if you had studied it, it tells you that if you don't
Okay,
know,
who
can
is
I
the
see?
professor?
You're not letting me finish it,
Okay.
right? Like you see this? I listen to you. You cut me off every time. You don't, right? Thank you. Okay. So the Quran is the words of Allah. And the Quran tells you that if you don't know, ask those who know. Meaning those who study the Quran,
The
who
mullahs.
spend their life. No, not the mullahs. Did I say mullahs?
No, I'm
Again,
asking you,
so
are those
this is your Irani background coming into play, right?
No.
Mullah is
My
not even
understanding of
like we don't even call
Who are the
ulama
ones who
mullah.
understand? understand.
Let me tell you.
Okay.
What is your PhD in?
Something.
Why are you ashamed to discuss what your PhD is in?
Okay, go ahead.
What's your PhD in?
I don't have a PhD.
So you lied to me?
I'm a high school student.
So you're lying to me now, or you lied to me earlier? One of them's a lie. Do you have a PhD, yes or no?
Of course I do.
But you just said you don't.
I lied to you. I don't want to answer about it.
Okay, earlier you said you have a PhD, then you said I don't have a PhD. Which one is it? I thought we were having an open conversation here.
Time. Just explain to me.
I do, and I'm trying to explain a point to you, but I need honesty. Hold on.
Understanding of this
Listen.
book is better than mine.
I will explain why, right?
I'm listening.
So the first question is, you said you have a PhD.
Yeah.
For my answer, I just want to know what's your PhD in, what subject? Something. You can't be open and honest? Is that
It's
okay?
something.
Okay, let's say your PhD in science,
Never
right?
mind it.
Then,
Never mind
let me finish.
I just want
Oh
to
Allah,
ask
you
you
don't
a
let me
question.
speak, ladies. Okay,
Because
if
we
you
don't
have a
have time.
PhD, if you don't have time, then what? If you need an answer, then you have to listen.
I just
I
want
listen
to
to
ask
you.
the question.
No, you need to listen to my answer
just
to ask her. No,
Okay,
you ask the
let's-
second question and a third question, and you won't let me finish any of them.
Okay, let's say I have
Okay.
answer in science.
I am, if you let me speak. If you let me speak. Can I speak? Speak? Speak. Thank you. So, when you have a PhD in a particular subject, I'm going to assume that you know that subject better than me, even if I've read on it. The reason I asked about the medical books is because even if I take those medical books home and read them, you would not allow me to perform surgery because you will say you did not go to the institutions of learning. You didn't go to university, then to med school, you didn't pass those tests. So even if you read the books, you didn't understand them like those that were tested. And that's why I asked you, where did you learn the Quran? And you won't answer. Because your own reading doesn't mean that you've studied it. There's a difference between reading and studying. This is the book of Allah. Let me finish. 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 Let me finish.
Everybody, not just her.
No, I want to see.
You don't have the patience to listen.
Okay.
This is a book for everybody, but that doesn't mean everybody will be a scholar in it. That because you didn't study it, you didn't take the time.
Where should we go? Where
Excellent.
did you study?
You go to the scholars of Islam who spent, not mullahs, shuyukh, ulama, those that have spent, like Shaykh ibn Baz, Shaykh ibn Uthman, these great scholars that spend their lifetime studying the language, studying the linguistics, studying how the Quran explains the Quran, how the hadith are authentic from weak. If I ask you any of those questions, you won't know the answer. If I tell you what is the difference between a sahih hadith and a da'if, you won't know the answer. I'm not even going to put you on the spot. I know you don't. And if you do, prove me wrong. What are the asbab? What's asbab al-nuzul from Quran?
I want to tell you.
You don't know, right?
Okay.
So you have not studied the Quran
How do you know I don't
because
know?
I asked you and you couldn't
We don't
answer.
know anything about Quran.
Okay, then I suggest that you go to a scholar and you sit people with degrees.
If just let me ask it. What branch of Islam are you?
I'm Muslim, that branch.
Okay, just
How do you like that one?
You and I both know that just like other religions, just like Christians, that there are so many thousands of branches.
One Islam.
In Islam, there are branches.
There's one Islam.
Okay? I don't believe you.
Then
because
that's
I know
your
there are
problem.
branches, okay?
I know there is one Islam.
If the scholars
Let me tell you.
If the scholars who you believe are true, there are some scholars who different Muslims think that, oh, this guy is not just saying nonsense, that other person.
You know the difference?
So we
Evidences.
should always go back to the actual
Of course,
book, okay?
of course.
So
Did I
if
say you
always-
shouldn't?
Okay, so if we always have to go back to the actual book, and if you think that this book is for everybody,
Of course.
there should be a way in the book, if it actually came from God, that everyone who reads it can understand it.
me-
So
let me
you
answer.
can never tell me that your way, your understanding of Islam is wrong because you didn't go to this sheikh or that sheikh. Okay? This has to
I'm
be a
listening
book
to you.
that works for everybody. Just like an instruction you get from a TV. The TV, you turn on the TV, the instruction says, turn the manual, do this, do that, it has to work. Quran, if it actually came from God, and if the God is the creator of everybody, and we believe that the God knows everybody, so this should work for everybody. And you cannot tell me that your understanding of Quran is right and mine is wrong, because we can both have
I'm
an
listening to you.
understanding of the same thing.
Do you see how I listen to you? I didn't interrupt you, right?
Of course.
Okay, so can you do the same with me?
I did the same thing with you.
No, you didn't. Both of you were interrupting me the whole time. Now, When you look at the Quran, you cannot compare it to a TV instruction manual because those are apples and oranges. You're talking about the Kalamullah, the words of Allah, the
That's
Creator.
your
See again, do you see this?
but that's
Did you see the interruption though? Did you see the interruption? Do you see the interruption? Do you see the interruption? Do you see the interruption? You didn't let me. Interruption, guys? You didn't let me speak. I listened to you the whole time. I had answers. I stayed quiet. But you don't have the patience. Your patience is not there. Now let me answer. There is no assumptions. Let me tell you why. Of course it did, and I'll prove it to you. If you would listen. Excellent. When you look in the Quran, things that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam could not have known, like sweet water and salt water and how they touch but they don't mix, even though he had never been to a place where sweet and salt water touched. When it talked about the orbit of the sun and the moon, which the Prophet ﷺ could not have known. When you talk about the splitting of the moon that people actually witnessed that could not have been done without supernatural intervention, then we say this is a true prophet who brought the true words of God.
Okay. Can I ask one question?
Yes, splitting of the moon. You don't know about splitting the moon?
That happened.
Oh, you don't know about it?
That
But you
happened.
studied the Quran.
That
It's in the Quran, right?
I'm trying to answer to
Okay.
A splitting of the moon never happened after people understanding that there is science.
Ah.
You know, after people understand that there are telescopes
Okay.
and all of that.
Let me
This is
ask
all
you.
made
Okay.
up.
Okay.
This is all made
Okay.
up.
You
Why,
studied.
why doesn't that happen
You studied.
anymore?
Let me tell you. Let me answer you.
made up.
Let me answer you. Let me answer. Let me answer. First thing, you studied the Quran, right?
Of course I do.
Is the splitting of the moon in the Quran?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Wait,
After
wait.
that.
Are you
After
laughing
that.
at me? Why are you laughing?
No. Hey, it's a
Why-
free
why are you
country.
laughing?
It's a free country. Let him laugh.
If you
Okay.
guys are
Now
having
let's
a
have a conversation. So let me finish. Splitting of the moon. Splitting of the moon. Do you know about NASA's evidence about it? Do you know about the NASA's evidence?
Have a conversation.
I'm speaking. Of course. Nobody's
Just like,
teasing
this
you.
is what
If somebody
happened.
laughs, don't consider that teasing. Okay. Now, when the splitting of the moon, are there eyewitness accounts?
At you guys. I'm just having
Are there eyewitness accounts of it?
I don't know.
If you don't know, then how can you say it didn't happen? You didn't even research it.
I said since you know what I want to tell you something.
I want to send you something. It's a video I made about this
I want to
issue.
tell you something. So this is what I have observed because as I say, I do have a PhD in science. Okay.
You do? But earlier you said you didn't.
I did tell you.
I don't know which one is true and false now. One of them's a lie.
Let's assume that what I'm telling you is right. Okay.
Is not right?
Let's assume what I'm telling you is right. Okay.
But earlier you told me you don't have one.
Do you want to listen to
I
this?
do. Yeah.
Do you want to or not?
This is
So
video.
what I'm telling you is that before I know, that's okay.
We won't put you on tape. We'll blur you if we put it. Don't worry.
Before there was like more advanced medical, scientific advances, right? People were dying, and there were eyewitnesses of people dying of some kind of diseases.
So we
And
believe
they
that
all
happened,
said-
right?
They all said, "Oh, this was, God's will." They still do.
Like a
God's
plague.
will or something happened, right?
But those
And
people
then-
did die, right?
And then they did die, yeah.
Okay.
And then later on, we learned that this was like tuberculosis, or this was
Sure.
like diarrhea, or this was blah blah.
Okay. It's still God's will.
Telling
Yeah.
you,
Right.
I'm telling you, it's the same thing.
But did the moon split or
is
no?
Splitting. Moon is splitting. I don't believe it did.
Okay,
I don't
but you
believe
haven't researched it. How come you believe something
I
without
believe
knowing?
it did not happen.
How do you know?
Because of the entire history of this.
But this
not
shows your
happening.
ignorance, because NASA, and if you want, I have a video. Look up my name, Uthman Ibn Farooq, moon splitting. NASA says there is a possibility, and there are cracks across the surface of the moon. Did you know that?
But hopefully they'll be able to direct you to
Oh, you didn't know that.
Okay,
Oh,
ask your question.
okay. You didn't know that?
It was
No,
okay.
hold on. You didn't know that, huh?
No, she
I don't
know
believe that happened.
Okay, but you haven't looked at it.
About Islam.
I agree with you on that one.
Let me ask you one thing.
Go ahead.
If I were in Pakistan and ask the same question that this is
Sure.
from Creator,
Yeah, I would give you the same answer.
would you behave
This
like
way?
this?
Exactly.
I don't think
Yes.
That's funny.
Go ahead.
It's funny.
Why is it funny?
You would kill me.
I would not.
He's laughing
look here. Now you're making an accusation. Let me tell you something. I was in Pakistan. Let me answer you now. See, you just want to run because you don't want to hear. Let me answer you now. I was in Pakistan. And people asked me the same. So you just want to listen, right? You see that? Doesn't want to listen. You don't want to listen because you don't want the answer. You just want to make a comment and run. Let him laugh. It's a free country. No problem. You want to laugh? Laugh. You're laughing right now. Are you laughing at me? Oh, is she laughing at me? Oh, you're laughing at me? No. Look, let's be real. I was in Pakistan. You're funny too. I was in Pakistan and I was asked the same question and I answered it the same way. So you lied about me. You lied about me.
You don't know.
I just told you. I was in Pakistan myself. Have you been to Pakistan?
I hope that.
Have you ever been to Pakistan? You're making assumptions about a country?
I hope
That's pretty sad.
I hope.
Have you ever been to Pakistan?
No one been killed.
Have you been to Pakistan? Nobody's been killed in Pakistan? Many people are killed in Pakistan. Don't lie.
Okay, wait.
Nobody's been killed here?
Guys.
Muslims haven't been killed here for being Muslims? Muslims aren't being killed here?
You don't know anything.
You said I would kill you in Pakistan. That's a lie. If you ask me the same question that has been asked of me in Pakistan, I would give you the same answer in the same way.
It's in Quran. It's
What?
in Quran.
What's in Quran?
If you say that God is not real, you are mushrik.
Show me. Show me.
Okay.
You lied right now.
Guys.
You lied right now. Show me.
I'm lying.
Show me. Show me.
What was your
Show
name?
me. Show me.
your name?
Show me. Uthman. Yes. Show me. You lied about me and you lied about the Quran. Fear
I
Allah.
want to say something. No.
Show me. No. Your friend made a statement. I want to see it in the Quran. You studied the Quran. Show it to me.
I studied
Show it to
Quran
me.
and I know
You don't know
Quran better
anything
than
about the
you.
Quran. If you know it, show me the verse you said. You said the Quran said it. Show it to me.
Guys.
Show it to me. Show it to me. Show me where it's in the Quran. Show it to me where it's in the Quran. You don't. What, do you have a degree in the Quran sciences? You do not.
Okay, I want
Right?
to
So
say,
don't say you know better than me.
Can you calm
Okay?
down,
Thank you.
please?
No, because I don't like people lying.
Okay.
I do have a degree.
Okay, we are all liars. We are all liars.
Yeah. Thank you.
How those
You don't
Shaykh
care
and
about
mullahs.
anything. Yeah.
Okay, guys.
Yeah.
I
Shaykh and
want
mullahs.
to say something.
Go-
Okay.
Because your issues with Iran, keep it with Iran. Don't make it with Islam. Be farmai. Tashakkur.
Okay,
Mercy.
guys. Okay, we wanted to
Show me the verse in the Quran you said.
Okay, obviously you want to listen now.
Because she lied.
Okay, we are.
Admit you
We
lied.
have been.
He said to you, you are a liar, and he said
Okay, can you guys shut up for 1 second?
No.
I have been talking for like 2 hours.
I don't want to listen to this
Okay, don't wait.
If you don't want to listen, why did you come and ask a question?
such a guy.
Such a
God.
guy.
I just want to have a-
She's mocking me now, right? Is this now when he laughed? Look how you talk. Look how you talk, right? If you lie, what else can I call you? Find me the Quran. Prove me. Find it to me in the Quran. Did I say I know everything? Did I say I know everything?
Your name was Uthman?
Yes.
Okay.
What's your name?
My name is Maria.
Mariam.
Yes.
It's a nice
I
name.
want to.
My daughter's name Mariam.
Okay. This is so ugly what happened.
I know.
I wanted to have a conversation.
Me too.
I wanted to because I honestly have known 2 other Pakistani men, and to be honest with you, I didn't have good experience with them. Because usually they don't. But I felt like we can have a conversation.
Me
Even
too.
though we are on the same. We're not on the same page.
Okay.
I wanted to have a conclusion because
Okay.
we've been talking for like
Please,
I don't
go
know,
ahead.
2 hours, and we've been just yelling at each other.
But let me ask you
But
something.
from the beginning, I
When
just
your
want-
friend says that I would do something that I didn't,
I would
don't
not
you
say-
think that's wrong?
that obviously.
So what she
yes.
did was wrong.
Absolutely, I don't agree with
When
it.
she says
That
things in
is
the
what-
Quran that are not in the Quran, wouldn't that be a lie?
I don't want to talk about Quran anymore, but I
Okay.
want to say
Go ahead.
something that what she's telling you about you personally, that's not right.
Thank you.
Because she
Well,
does
I
not-
appreciate
we
your
do not
honesty.
know you.
Thank
I
you.
do not know him.
And I don't know
I
you.
don't want to make assumptions that you
Good.
personally would do that. You should also understand her point that in Pakistan or Afghanistan or Iran or Iraq, many other countries. Unfortunately, we are in this shit right now. Sorry, people are killing each other for people who don't even know each other.
I agree with you.
And I wanted to just, as a conclusion, have something that I appreciate, like having this kind of conversation.
Me too.
And I did not want to just say, oh, you're a liar and leave.
Good.
I wanted to like calm down.
Me too.
Having good
So
conversation. And
let
I
me.
did not accuse of
Thank you. So
doing
let
anything wrong.
me say something. Okay. I appreciate you coming here, and I appreciate the civil conversation. Right. But the way conversations work is I listen to you and you listen to me and we're honest, right? I studied the Quran. I learned Arabic, even though I'm not Arab. I studied the Quran letter by letter, word by word, from the beginning to end with ulama, scholars from tafsir, with evidences. So even if somebody from another sect comes, I can show them evidences of why I believe what I believe, right? My only hope is we could be honest enough that you could say, you know what, I've read the Quran, but I haven't studied it. Here's the verse I don't know, tell me about it, and I will give you the evidence. If I don't know about science, I can ask you, that's your field of expertise. I may have read books, scientific, I work in the scientific industry, but I'm not going to assume I know more than you because you have a PhD in it. Right? So when we have this respectful conversation, then it works. There are Muslims that are killed in America, in Canada, in New Zealand. You saw the Church Hill shooting. That's very unfortunate. We condemn that. There are not Muslims that are killed by Muslims unjustly. If it's unjust, we condemn that. But we don't blame the Quran or the Bible. I can show you tons of verses in the Bible, or even atheists. Look at Stalin, look at Mao. Those were atheists that killed more people than any religious person. So when we have a respectful conversation, it works. Now, the Quran, if you like, you can have it, take it, read it. If you have any questions, come to me. I'm not going to say this is my opinion. I'm going to say this is why it means this from this evidence, right? I don't believe in Shia and Qadiani and Ismaili and all these sects. I believe Muslims are one Muslim body because everybody who follows the Quran and what the Prophet taught is a Muslim. Now, regarding the splitting of the moon, what I would like, because you're a scientific person, I have a video on it. Put my name, Uthman Ibn Farooq, moon splitting. Look at the evidences I present, and then if you don't agree with it, you have the right. I have no problem with that.
I actually have to go, but I just wanted to say my only issue with this whole thing is that the assumption.
Agree?
The assumption that you are saying that you assume, you want me to believe that this came from God.
But I'll give you evidence.
That was the assumption that you have.
But again, I'm giving you evidence for that.
But I have to go. Thank you so much.
You're going to watch the video?
Maybe. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.